they're going to ask you? What do you think?
For a boarding pass?
They'll ask you, no. They're going to issue the boarding pass for you. They're going to give it to you.
Oh,
They will
okay.
ask you for passport, and then they will tell you what is your check-in. Or sometimes they say, what's your check? Are you going to check it? Are you going to check your suitcases? Are you going to check your bags? When they ask you, what are you going to check? You tell them, I'm going to check my suitcases or bags. Что такое check? What do I mean by check? When you say, I'm going to check my suitcases, it's not about checking them and looking what is inside. It's about giving it to people who's going to load it, who's going to take it to the airplane. So in Russian, all those stuff, все эти чемоданы, которые идут в самолет, мы называем check. То есть, если ты говоришь, I want to check my suitcases, я хочу это сдать в багаж. Ну, по-русски это так. I want to check my baggage. I want to check my suitcases. And then they're going to ask you, do you have carry-on? Что такое carry-on? What is it? It's the bags that you carry with you to the airplane. So you're going to board the airplane with all those bags and you're going to carry it on the airplane. So you can say, this is my carry-on. Or you can say, I'll carry this on. I'll carry this bag on. It means that you're going to take it with you. Very simple. And then, from their part, their procedure will be weighting these suitcases. And if it's overweight, you're going to pay additional sum. То есть, если чемоданы перевесят, тебя заставят заплатить дополнительную сумму. Так, на американских аэролиниях, я считаю, что это так везде. Okay, so in this case, if it's a couple pounds or a couple kilos more, you're going to pay them some money. And if it's okay, they will proceed with taking it to the airplane. So now, they're going to ask you for your passport and for your ticket. And then, what do you think is the next thing? What's the next thing you're going to do?
Maybe find a place where I can,
You're going to look for your gates. Remember that. The next step you're going to do, you're looking for your gates. And your gates is on your boarding pass. That's the number which you're going to follow. So you're going to look for your gates. You see, for example, C1. And it will show you the exact way where you should go. So the next thing, you found your gates, and you are waiting for your flight to be called. So you just sit down and wait there. But before that, there is the most important procedure at the airport. You need to go through customs, and you need to go through passport control. So how do you think it works? What do you think? How does it work?
Maybe they check my passport. Maybe they check my tickets, my gauge.
Actually, you're going to go through X-ray machine, right? So they're going to check everything you've got on you, and they're going to check everything you have in your suitcase or in your bag, in your hand baggage, right? All those handbags that you carry with you. So they're going to check everything if you have anything which is prohibited from taking it on board of the plane. So, and they're looking for weapon, they're looking for some illegal substances, they're looking for some drugs, and sometimes the dogs can be involved in this procedure. After that, after they checked everything that you carry with you and everything that you have in your bags and suitcases, which is your carry-on in this case, after that, if you don't have anything, you just go through and you're clear, right? You don't have anything illegal. And by the way, you never take water with you, never take any liquid with you. I mean, at least it used to be like that. So after that, you just go ahead. And I think the next thing is a passport control, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe the passport control can be first, actually. I can't remember now. But anyway, you're going to go through passport control, and they're going to look at your passport. And in our case, it will be Russian customs who's going to check if you are the person who is on the passport, right, on the picture. And then they're going to check if you are okay. Maybe you're some criminal who's trying to leave the country. So they're going to check if you're a law-abiding citizen, if you're a good guy who is just traveling abroad. So that's it. What do you think is going to happen next?
Maybe maybe the next step is line is waiting for a departure.
Yeah, you go actually to your seat. You find your seat. You find your your gates, and you're waiting for your plane. Simple, easy. You're just waiting for you to be cold, right? So they'll call you pretty soon. It can take some time because sometimes your plane can be delayed. Sometimes you will have to wait longer, because sometimes, things happen. And sometimes your flight can even be canceled, which is the worst case scenario. But if it's a good case scenario, you just wait to be called, and then you go, you show them your ticket, your passport, and you board the plane. That's the regular procedure. You board the plane. Okay, do you think there are some other procedures when you board in the plane? What do you think is going to happen next? You enter the plane. What's going to happen next?
I must follow the instructions that worker of plane give to me, to other passengers, like to fasten my belts or don't smoke, don't drink.
After they check your passport and your boarding card and you proceed to the airplane and you trying to find your seat, the first thing you're going to face, usually it happens all the time. Sometimes your seat can be occupied. Somebody has already taken your seat. Yeah, and it happens all the time. Every time I board the plane, for some reason, it happens with me all the time. What are you going to tell the person who has already taken your seat, who is sitting on your seat right now? What are you going to tell him?
And just move to his place, and if they disagree, then I will.
The best way to tell him, to change the seat is you can say, this is my seat, and this seat is already taken. The seat is already taken. It's my seat, sir. And you probably got the wrong seat. Just check your ticket, please, and please find your own seat. And of course, you need to put all your, all your stuff that you carry with you, all your carry-on. You need to put it on the top. It's like there is some compartment here. You just put it up there. And after that, you can comfortably sit, on your chair, all right, something like an armchair. And then you wait for the next thing to happen. And the next thing will be the flight attendant will explain you what to do on the board of the plane, the safety procedures, right? How to act in case of emergency. Do you remember that? Usually they show you all the procedures, what you should do when something bad happens. Do you remember how they show it to you?
They show what to do in extra situations. Like
an extreme situation, right? In emergency situation. Emergency situation.
They tell it mostly on 2 languages.
Usually they speak several languages, right? Flight attendants.
And show what passengers need to do when they aren't in normal situation.
Okay. Do you prefer aisle seat or window seat, by the way?
I will prefer window seat, maybe. But if it's a long flight, I will prefer aisle seat because I won't disturb anyone to get to restroom, and it's pretty comfortable for me.
Yeah, sometimes it's more comfortable, to be close to an aisle, and if you need to go to the restroom, like you said, you don't need to bother anybody. Okay, in case you want something to drink or something to eat, what do you usually do?
I usually order food
exactly.
on a plane.
You call the flight attendant, right? And sometimes you can see the button, here on the top. You can see the button. You can push the button, and you can call the attendant, the flight attendant, and they can always bring you some water, some juice, some tea, some coffee, and usually your regular phrase would be, "Excuse me, ma'am, can I have some coffee, please? Can I have some juice, please? Or I don't know, can I have some water? Is there any way you can help me here?" Or something. If you need any help, right? If you feel uncomfortable, if you need a blanket or something, you can always ask an assistant to help you, right? Okay. Anyway, do you think they will give you some food during the flight? Do you think they will serve people with food on flights, or they don't serve?
As I know, if flights longer than 6 hours or 4 hours, they give the food to passengers. But if the flight is short, they only can give you water or tea.
They give you some water. You are right. Actually, you can pay for it. Sometimes, you can use your credit or debit card and you can buy whatever you want. But usually they serve the food especially if it's a long distance flight, they will definitely give you some food. Yeah, they provide it. They provide you with the food. Now, when you land, right? So when you land, for example, at the country where you was going to, right? And it's a safe landing, and you're okay. And after that, where are you going after that? What do you think? What's the first place you go into when your airplane landed?
Maybe the bus that take me to the airport.
No. The first place you go into will be the place where your luggage or baggage, whatever you call it, because there is a place where it's all stored. I mean, there's a carousel. I think that's how they call it, and you can pick up your stuff. Right? You can get your stuff, and sometimes, and it happens, not often, but sometimes it happens, you realize that your baggage is missing. There is no suitcase that you brought to the airplane. It's gone. What are you going to do? Where are you going to go?
I will go to flight attendant maybe, or to the person that can help me with that. Find my luggage.
Mm-hmm. There is a place there, and we call it lost and found. That's the place where you usually can find your luggage if they lost it. It's not your fault, it's their fault usually. And if you go there, you say, my luggage is gone, my suitcase is missing. And usually they find it. If they don't, there is a way, how you can get it back. You probably will need to fill out some application form, and with your address, with everything, with your phone number. And sometimes, because they mistakenly put it into some different place, sometimes it happens, and they will bring you maybe in a couple of days. Happened to me a couple of times, things like that. Mm-hmm. Now, that's probably it. Now, the question for you. Remember the words, the phrases that I want you to study and learn them by heart. First one, and those are very important phrases, when you land, when you take a flight, when you go to some other country. First one, arrivals. Remember I told you before, arrivals. That's what you're going to read on the signs there. Arrivals means arriving, right? When the airplane arrives. Прибытие, departures. Отбытие, depart, отбывать. International check-in, международная регистрация. Domestic flights, это как внутренние рейсы. Domestic flights и international. International arrivals, they usually, that's the sign they put there. International arrivals. Now, informaция, information, кассы, ticket offices. So any place in the airport, if you need to buy tickets at the airport, you're looking for ticket offices. Now, if you need to put your baggage in some place safe, what do you think they call it? How do you think they call it? What's the name for it? У нас это называется багаж, багажное для хранения, или как это называется? Хранение багажа, да?
Камера хранения.
Камера хранения, точно. So how do you think they call it?
I don't know, luggage room.
Lockers. So lockers, okay. If you need to put your baggage in someplace safe, they call it lockers. So if you need you can ask any time you can go to information desk and ask them where is the lockers. That's it, and they're gonna tell you where it is. And you just go there and put it, and it's a safe place. You can always come back and pick it up, and it's not that expensive. Now, restaurant, cafe, cafeteria, or cafe, simply cafe. Регистрация, and you should remember that, check-in. The interesting thing about check-in. Check-in – это регистрация в аэропорту. Check-out – это когда ты уже выходишь. Но check-out – это обычно в отелях. То есть check-out такого нет в аэропорту. Обычно в отелях check-in – это когда ты сдаешь, приходишь, регистрируешься в отель, check-out – когда ты с него выписываешься. В аэропорту есть только check-in. Это там, где ты сдаешь весь свой багаж. Они называют это check-in. И не забудь, когда ты сдаешь свой багаж, ты говоришь, I would like to check those suitcases or this bag. Now, gates, 1, 2, 3, gates – это ворота. Это то, что будет очень надо обязательно это знать. Duty-free shopping – это то, где ты не платишь пошлину. Those are a bunch of stores, small stores, where you don't need to pay any duty. And it's good because you're not going to pay some additional money when you go through customs. Now, пересадка, запоминай, transfers. Or they call it changing the planes, transfers. Еще это называют flight connections. So if you have a flight connection, it means you don't have the direct flight, you have some changing of planes, right? You've got some flight connection. That's how you usually put it, flight connection. Now, baggage claim. Запоминай внимательно, baggage claim, выдача багажа. So when you land and you need to pick up your stuff, to get your stuff from the place where it's stored right now, they call it baggage claim. Now, passport control. And remember how it sounds, passport control. That's the place where they check your passports, your ID, and they compare it with your face, your look, if you look like in your passport. And sometimes they can say that you look older or you look younger or whatever. But usually it goes smooth. Now, taxi. You know this word, taxi. That's the car that you can take at the airport and go to place you need. What is it? What else? Delayed. Your flight can be delayed or canceled. Delayed, задержан. Canceled, он полностью отменился. So your flight is canceled or delayed. Sometimes they can call you and probably you are late. And they can tell you on the radio, right? You can hear it. They can say, this is your last call for the passenger, Artur, and then, they give you last name and everything, all the information. In this case, you've got a few minutes, otherwise you will be late for your plane, for your flight. So you need to hurry up if this is the last call for you. Now, when the gates are closed, you cannot get in. So sometimes people who are late, they can do nothing. And it doesn't matter if they have kids. I saw the situation when people had kids and they couldn't enter the plane because they were late and the gates were closed. And mom was crying and they were screaming, yelling. They were making a lot of nuisance, but nothing helped. They couldn't get in. That's it. If you hear the announcement, expected time 21:35, for example, they don't say 21. Expected time 9:35 p.m. It means that your flight is expected to be at this time, 9:35. Это значит, твой рейс, он ожидается на 21:35. Expected, but it's not for sure. And if you land, they say landed. For example, your plane landed at 12:45, for example. Это значит, ты приземлился. Okay, that's probably it. After that, when you come to the airport, you already landed at the airport, what do you think are your next actions? What do you think you're going to do after that?
Claim my luggage and then exit the airport.
Let me ask you some questions. Yes, you just take a taxi, whatever. You get your luggage and you leave the airport. You go to any place you want to. Another question for you. If somebody asks you at the customs, do you have anything to declare? What is going to be your answer? What do you think?
If I don't have anything to declare, I will say, no, I don't have anything. And I'm free to go. But if I have anything to declare, I will go to the special room or the special person who can help me to declare my expensive
fill out the declaration form. If you have something to declare, you fill out the declaration form, and in this case, you're not going to have any problems. But if you have something to declare, it can be currency, because I know there is a limit of currency you can bring out and you can bring in. But if you don't have anything to declare, you just say, I've got nothing to declare. Remember this phrase, I've got nothing to declare. Now, if they ask you, what's your purpose of the visiting of the United States or any other country, what do you think you're going to say in this case? What's your purpose? What's the purpose?
For traveling, if I travel. For work.
I'm here on business, or I'm here on vacation. I'm here, I'm just here, to have some fun. I'm here to see some sightseeings, right? Oh, I'm here on business. I've got some things to do here, and, I've got a lot of things to do, and I'm here on business. That's two simple answers, usually. I'm here on business, I'm here on vacation. And after that, usually they never ask you additional questions, right? Now, if they ask you where you came from, where do you come from, what's going to be your response? Or where are you coming from?
Just the country and city in that country.
Yeah, I'm coming from Russia. That's the simple response. I'm coming from Russia. Now, where will you be staying? That's the very usual, very normal question. Where will you be staying in the United States, for example? What's going to be your answer?
It can be hotel. It can be like parents' house or friend's house or anyone's house.
A hotel. I'm going to stay in my friend's house, right? It can be anywhere. And you can even give them the address where you're going to stay. So usually there won't be any problems. You just tell them where you're going to stay, in some hotel. close to the airport. Now, that's probably it. Remember, customs, таможня. Have your passport ready. Пожалуйста, приготовьте ваши паспорта. There are some other additional phrases, which I want you, of course, to remember, especially if you go to the airport, but we can discuss it some next time. But actually, you know what? It was a really good lesson, and I hope that you will remember everything which I told you, that I taught you. So do you think it will be helpful for you, this lesson?